HORA 3D is a web application that shows the personal risk posed by flooding and other natural hazards in a 3D visualization, easy to find at hora.gv.at. There are two ways to enter HORA 3D, either by entering an address in the corresponding field or by selecting a point on the 2D map. For this, we zoom in and select a point with a left click. In both cases, details about the selection are displayed on the left. Clicking on the corresponding text opens the application. Alternatively, you can also open the 3D risk visualization via the map selection by selecting the desired natural hazard from the list. This is the 3D view of our selected building, where we can see the water depth on the facade. There are various navigation options for exploring the virtual environment, such as rotating by holding down the left mouse button. This allows us to rotate around the building or switch to a bird's eye view. Here we can see the water depths around the building along the edge of the roof. We can also see high impact velocities on the exterior walls highlighted by animated arrows. By using the mouse wheel, we can zoom out and get an overview of the scene. The roofs of the buildings are colored according to the surrounding water depth. To reset the view to the selected building, we can click on the button at the top left. We can pan the view by holding down the middle mouse button. If we now want to select a new focus building in the neighborhood, we can do so with the selection button. Here we see the water extent of the selected flood scenario. Via the scenario selection menu, we can switch between 4 different flood events. If we now switch from the 30-year flood to the 300-year flood, we see a greater water extent. The elements of the playback bar can be used for time navigation. With the max button, we can switch between the maximum water extent and the water extent of a selected time step. Now we are in time step 0. With the play button, the temporal development of the flood scenario can be played back. In the drop-down menu at the bottom left, we can switch between visual presets. They highlight different risk factors and protection measurements, such as a sandbag barrier. With the premises inflow preset, we can display the amount of water flowing onto the selected premises. With the menu for natural hazard selection, we can switch to a different 3D risk visualization. When selecting the natural hazard hail, potential damage to the building caused by the selected hail event is displayed. The hailstone size of the current selection and the hail resistance of the building components are taken into account. In the settings, we can change the roof type and the resistance values and adapt them to the products actually installed. For example, if we set the hail resistance of the roof to 5 centimeters, it will no longer get damaged, as we have hailstones with a maximum diameter of 4.7 centimeters here.